real, genuine human connection is never going to be replaced by AI. When it comes to like sales and closing deals, like people want to feel understood and people just want to feel heard and understood. I mean, that's why I don't think therapists ever are going to be replaced by AI either.
Okay, guys, got Matt on the show today from Enroll Premium Clients. We're going to talk high ticket offers, making money online. This guy's generated over $4 million in sales off high ticket coaching. Thanks for coming on, man.
Yeah, appreciate you having me.
Yeah, it's an interesting space these days, right? Trust is probably at an all-time low, you'd say.
Yeah, like everyone, even like 2-3 years ago, people were saying we're in a trust recession, but I think it just gets even worse as time goes on.
Yeah.
Because there's so many people, because it's so easy now to throw together a coaching program, right? Put together a course, have some group calls or whatever. And it's easy for people to like not do it well and then burn a bunch of clients. And then now those clients are harder sells for the next offer they invest in, because they're like, oh, I spent $10K with this last guy and he didn't give me results. Like his course sucked. Like he threw me in a group call with 100 other clients. I didn't get real support.
Mm-hmm.
And I mean, I feel like over the last few years that has kind of compounded over time, and it's getting harder and harder to sell people into high ticket programs, because I mean, the secret is out. It's so easy for anyone these days to make and launch a high ticket program where, there's a lot of backlash from that, where it's way harder to gain people's trust these days.
Yeah, I only buy from experienced people.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because there's a lot of high ticket offers with young sellers these days that don't have the experience, their track record.
Right. Yeah, I mean, if you're like have a really big track record, like you're a household name in the digital marketing space, those people are probably still fine. But for people who are like just getting started out, maybe they're still under 100,000 a month.
Mm-hmm.
And you know, they mean well and have a good product or service. It's really hard, especially for those people who are just lesser known, to get people to agree to high ticket.
100%.
Yeah.
Because you need that trust now, right? You need to build that brand first.
Exactly.
You need a following. It used to be you could launch ads, no one knew who you were, and you could make money instantly. I remember those days.
Exactly, yeah.
You showed your revenue, like a Shopify screenshot or whatever, Stripe dashboard, and people were like, oh, let me learn from this guy.
Yeah, and now everyone's saying, well, you could have Photoshopped that Stripe dashboard.
Yeah,
and,
which people do.
Yeah, and, you know, people are a lot more skeptical of, even if you have like 100 case studies and you have conclusive proof you've made like multiple 7 figures through your merchant account or whatever, people still find a reason to be skeptical 100%. About it.
That's just the internet now.
Yeah.
It's become a place where you really have to prove it, right?
Exactly, yeah.
It's kind of frustrating.
Yeah, it is, because like I remember a couple of years ago how easy it was, but now it's like there is a lot more effort that needs to be put in if you're going to sell a high ticket offer that involves any large amount of money up front. Yeah. And that's why I kind of pivoted towards a new model where it's like less upfront or even nothing upfront, but like you only make money. I mean, we only make money if you make money.
Yeah, and that's the model I'm even shifting towards.
Yeah,
like I'm hiring an agency right now, and I don't want to pay a retainer.
Right.
You know what I mean? Because I've heard the worst stories from that.
Yeah, like I've hired ads agencies in the past. I'm not going to name names or anything, but like they usually charge like an upfront flat rate. Like the one I hired, I'm going to make up the price point because but just for the purposes of this, like they charged around like $5K a month.
Yeah.
And they charge $5K a month regardless if you get results or not.
Exactly.
Right. And when I hired this agency, they literally spent 2 weeks to set up my ad account.
Jesus, that takes like 2 hours.
Yeah, exactly. It's something that takes an hour, but they spent 2 weeks. So I literally spent like $2,500 for someone to set up an ad account. So I understand why there's this trust recession is because of bullshit like that.
Yeah, because they're scaling so quick, they don't care about the customer.
Yeah, everyone's doing this whole churn and burn model because what I'm finding from all these like marketing gurus is like, they, at the end of the day, their number one goal is to brag about their monthly revenue.
Yep.
They were like, oh, we're an 8-figure marketing agency, and that's where like that's what motivates them is to make those claims. But like the actual like client success is like low on their priority
Yeah,
list.
it's irrelevant.
Right.
Yeah,
So
they'll list a couple of them on the site as testimonials, but that's it.
yeah, and they'll have like thousands of clients, and then maybe like I don't know, 10% of them actual get real results, but the other 90% were essentially burned.
And that's
So
important when you're hiring someone to talk with their previous customers. Like when
right,
I'm hiring a YouTube strategist, right, to get the YouTube views up, and I'm like, who did you work with in the past? What podcasts? And then I go and talk to these people.
right.
You
Yeah,
know?
yeah. I mean that's an approach. I mean, what I usually tell our prospective clients when they ask, "Oh, can we talk to who you previously worked with?" is like, I mean, imagine like you drive a car, right? Like you say you drive a Toyota. I don't know. Like, would you want Toyota sending their entire mailing list out with your phone number saying, "Hey, you can call Johnny whenever you want and ask him if he likes his car or not."
Hell no.
Right.
Yeah.
So
I'm
it's
with you on that. I wouldn't provide the whole client list,
yeah,
but I would mention like your top ones or a few. That way,
yeah,
if they want to, because I'm friends with these guys. This podcast space is small,
yeah,
so
yeah,
I think it's a little different with pods, but I get what you're saying for sure.
yeah. But it's like, because we do want to be as transparent as possible. It's like I would want, people to talk to our successful clients and everything. But at the same time, it's like I don't want to turn my most successful clients into salespeople.
That's true.
And kind of
Annoy them,
make them feel harassed. Like there's these weird internet people asking them a bunch of questions every day.
That's a good point too.
So it's like it's a double-edged sword to build trust, but we want to do it without making your current clientele feel weird about it.
Yeah. So I think it's gonna go towards the Rev Share, profit share model instead of high ticket offer, right?
Yeah, and that's what I've noticed. Like a lot of people are pivoting to something like that.
Yeah,
I know Cole Gorin through the grapevine is doing like a service model.
that makes
something
sense.
like that. Because it's like, I mean, I know I can get clients results. I feel very confident in that. Like I literally had a client make their first sale this past weekend. And
Wow.
I heard about it. So like I know we can get results, but like I think the days of like charging 15 to 20 grand up front to join a group program are gonna be gone soon.
Yeah.
Unless you're like Grant Cardone or Hormozy or like a big household name like that. But I think the everyday marketer, I think those days are gonna be over pretty soon because there's just so much backlash from people getting burned from those types of offers.
What do you think events, IRL events, do you see those coming back? Because I know during the pandemic they died out. But do you see that emerging now that AI is so hot? Do you think people want a personal approach?
Yeah. I think live in-person events are there's always going to be a place for that. Like I went to funnel hacking last year, last February.
I went also. It was pretty packed.
Was the last one. Yeah, it was packed. A lot of people were there. And that human connection is absolutely priceless. Like I had a back-end mastermind where like part of the offer is that, we'll meet in person in Vegas and do an event in Vegas. And like people eat that shit up.
100%.
Like people want to see each other in person and not just see each other through a Zoom screen,
Yeah, I think the conference model is really tough. Like funnel hacking just had their last event. Grant Cardone's done with 10X Growth Con because you have to pay for the speakers. There's a lot of expenses.
Yeah.
So I wonder if they'll shift to a more interactive approach, where more like a workshop, like a Hormozy style approach.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? More like hands-on, if that makes sense.
Yeah, right.
But I get bored as shit at a conference, honestly.
Yeah, me too. I mean, you kind of get information overload when it's just speaker after speaker after speaker. It's like, all right, like when is lunch?
For real. And it's very general advice for the most part. It's not like tactical stuff you can implement right away.
Yeah.
Unless you're at a mastermind. That's more tactical. But I think it's going to shift more towards community, mastermind, workshop style.
Yeah, I agree with that.
So that's what I'm doing. I'm doing a meetup in a couple months, which you can come to in Vegas.
I appreciate that.
It's going to be 200 people. You got to be doing 7 figures plus a year to attend. I'm not charging anything. I just want to like connect people, give value, you know what I mean? Figure out how to make money on the back end somehow. Pretty impressed with the way Hormozy did it with the workshop.
Yeah.
I mean, he's making crazy money off those.
Yeah. Well, I mean, the live events themselves they're just a giant funnel.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, with Russell with funnel hacking, like they make most of their profit from pitching their 25K program.
Yeah. Same with Pace Morby.
With Inner Circle too. And it's like you show up to funnel hacking to get your ClickFunnels award, and then they pitch you in Inner Circle.
Brilliant.
I mean, it's the award itself is a funnel, right?
No, it's brilliant because they get you all excited with the award.
And then I did Hormozy's workshops, and then they have like 3 levels.
Yeah.
Like I did the 5K workshop, and then at the end of the workshop, they pitched on the next level,
15K.
which was 15K
Now
at
it's
the time.
25.
Yeah, now it's 25. And then they tried to upsell me on the next tier up too, which I couldn't afford at the time. But yeah, live events are definitely very powerful. I'm just curious, like, how they would work for someone who's not a household name yet, because that's something tough to do if you don't have a reputation already.
You would need a lot of connections
Yeah.
to powerful speakers and people that have experience with events to make it work, I think.
Yeah, right.
Also, it's a very tough sell. You're right. Because people come based off the room, like who's going to be there, what type of quality people, who's speaking, you know what I mean?
Right.
So that's a good point. Are you implementing any AI yet with your businesses?
Yeah, we have, we use AI in a few different ways. We have this one service we use called Charlie AI. The founder is Iggy. I can't pronounce his last name. I would embarrass myself. But yeah, it's essentially like an appointment setter AI. Like it integrates with GHL. And what we found when we used it for our own offers is that it always outperformed human setters.
No way.
Yeah,
so it calls you?
It can do calls. And like the voice has improved a lot since it first launched.
I might hire this because I was looking for a setter now, but they want like 5%, 8% of your sale just to set the meeting.
Exactly. And it mostly does like SMS conversations with your leads, and then it also integrates with they used to partner with SendBlue. They're partnered with Link now, so that they can do the iMessage as well.
Damn.
But yeah, the beautiful thing about that is that it sets around the clock. So like if a lead opts into your funnel at 3 a.m., Charlie's going to talk to him at 3 a.m.
Holy crap.
And then you just wake up to book calls.
That's brilliant because when you have humans, sometimes they got to wait 8 hours to hit the lead.
Right. And like if you call someone in the U.S. after 8 or 9 p.m., you can get in trouble and everything. But if it's an AI, I mean, it kind of solves that issue.
Wow.
And what I love about AIs too is that they're not human. It's like setters. Sometimes setters, their girlfriend breaks up with them, or they're like, oh, like I got a traffic ticket, I got to go to court today, I can't work today. Oh, my son got sick, I can't work today. AIs don't do that.
A lot of excuses. Yeah.
So
yeah, I'm gonna try that one out. Thank you for that.
Yeah,
that's cool.
There's that, and then we also use Claude and ChatGPT a lot because for our done for you offer, like we're building everything for our clients from scratch.
Yeah,
like we're writing their messaging, making it actually good. We're creating their offers. We're writing their webinars or VSLs for them. We're building the entire funnel, all their email automations. We do everything for them, and Claude and GPT are incredibly useful for that because we can create entire knowledge bases for each of our clients.
That makes sense.
Where it's like we upload everything from them, any books they've written, posts they've made in the past, YouTube scripts and content, past sales calls they've done. We can take the entire transcript from Fathom and just put it into the knowledge base. So it's like whenever we need to write more ads for a client or write a new version of their webinar or write an email for them, like we have this entire knowledge base that just spits out perfect copy. So
that's awesome.
Saves us a ton of time.
That's sick, man. Yeah, AI has been a game changer for sure.
Yeah.
Did you get Hormozy's AI that he did on the book launch?
I did not. No.
Okay. The 18K one.
No.
Did you see that one?
I didn't actually.
He did a book launch and you had to buy like I think 300 books.
Okay.
And it got included with that.
Was that for his money models?
Yes.
Okay. I wasn't able to watch that one live, so I missed that then.
I think he did $100 million off that launch.
Yeah.
Crazy, dude.
Insane.
Dude's different.
Yeah, he's next level, man.
Yeah, he's dope. I got a list of names here. I'd love to see what you think of these people.
Yeah.
I think I already know how you feel about Hormozy, but Aman Ghazi.
Aman, I actually don't know much about him, so I can't really comment on that, honestly.
Yeah, he's got a younger crowd, I feel like.
Yeah.
A lot of younger kids. Grant Cardone.
Yeah, I look up to Grant a lot. I know Grant kind of has a little bit of a rep for, I don't know, some people love him, some people don't like him. Yeah. He's very polarizing, I would agree with that. But I learned a lot from him in the sales side of things, and I learned a lot of like financial advice from Grant as well when it comes to investing in real estate, and because his whole real estate plan with the multifamilies that he pushes is the direction I'm going as I'm building my portfolio. But he also had like a lot of good things to say because he did a mastermind down in Miami. I wasn't there, but I learned from people who were there. And he talked about like sometimes you have to shut down a profitable offer to make room for something even better, which is what I eventually did for my own companies. Where my very first business was a coaching program for trumpet players, believe it or not. Super, super niche, but like we made it work. We made over $3 million with that offer.
Damn.
But
I failed out of trumpet class in middle school, I think.
Oh, you played trumpet?
Yeah, I was not good. I was terrible.
That's
I needed your course.
Yeah, but we made $3 million with that, but it definitely hit a ceiling, and like I have 8-9 figure ambitions, so it's like I wanted to eventually stop doing the B2C trumpet program and just focus on B2B type offerings, so I can reach my financial goals. And I mean, I ended up having to make a tough decision: is this to shut down this offer that was printing money, because I tried to do both at once and it didn't happen. And I learned from Grant that sometimes you gotta shut down something that works to make room for something that might work even better.
Yeah, that must have been a tough feeling, shutting down something printing money.
Yeah,
to try to do something.
It was tough. But honestly, my quality of life has increased ever since I shut it down, because there's just less to worry about now.
Yeah, it's such a niche market, right?
Exactly.
The cap on that would have been way less than what you're doing now.
Yeah. And like the trumpet business was never my long-term goal anyway. It was my first company to learn how to run businesses. And now that I've done it and I've proven results with an offer that's not, selling sales or marketing courses, like I scaled like a real offer.
Yeah. Stepping stone.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think with your model now, all it takes is a few big clients and you could hit that 8-figure level, right?
Yeah.
If you're doing a rev share.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah. That makes sense. What about Andy Elliott?
Yeah. Andy Elliott, he says a lot of things that make sense to me. He's a very tough. I mean, that's his whole branding is this big tough guy. Very resilient. And I saw him speak at FHL last year, and honestly, his speech was my favorite speech.
Wow.
Yeah. Like if I just went home after, I think he was like the first or second person too.
That makes sense.
Like if I went home and didn't come back after, I felt like I would have gotten my money's worth. But yeah, he has the whole story of how like, he had like rocky starts, like he made some mistakes in his career as a lot of people do.
Yeah.
But he was still able to like overcome it and come out a better person and come back like building, good offers that inspire a lot of people. Like I was very inspired by his story, and it's helped me a lot with my mindset, with, my own personal issues that I've had with business, personal, whatever. So yeah, he is definitely someone who I look up to, but I like Grant. He's also a very polarizing kind of guy. Some people love Andy. Some people, think he's a scammy used car salesman.
I've noticed that with anyone in the high ticket info space is polarizing. Ty Lopez, Grant Cardone, Andy Elliott.
Well, I mean, it's a good point, because like polarity kind of creates like the biggest impact and the biggest splash. You're much more likely to get noticed if you're polarizing.
That's how I build my show. Honestly, I've had on guests that are extremely polarizing.
Yeah, like I learned that from Dan Henry. I was a client of his, and he talks a lot about it in his book as well. But and I feel this is a huge reason why Trump is president too, is because he's willing to say things that kind of go against the grain and piss a lot of people off, but look how much media attention he gets because of that. So
yeah, I think if you're being authentic, it's the best. Because even if you're authentic but you're polarizing, you're just yourself. What are you going to say about it? You know what I mean? Yeah. It's not like you're putting on a persona.
Yeah, and it's like you ultimately just have to come to terms with like some people are going to hate you. Like 50% of your market might hate you for being polarizing. Yeah. But I mean, you gotta just be okay with that.
You can't please everyone.
Yeah, if you try to please everyone, you'll please no one.
I stopped doing that when I started the show. I realized it wouldn't work for my mental health.
Yeah, exactly.
One hate comment used to like keep me up at night.
Yeah, and it's like I never was really bothered by it. I mean, maybe at a certain scale, I'm like, all right, there's a lot of hate comments in one day. Holy shit. But it's like But when you think about like all the clients who you're helping and all the lives you're changing and the results they're getting, I mean, you tend to just be numb to it and
Yeah.
ignore it because it's like, yeah, some random guy who works at McDonald's and has a pickup truck as his profile picture said something mean on my ad. Well, when I look at the hundreds of clients who are getting results, like you can say what you want.
Right.
Like I'm helping people here.
And that's the key. You need
Yeah.
a great service or product, right?
Right.
Or else the hate is justified if you're just scamming people.
Exactly. Yeah.
And that's where I could see someone getting hate is a little justified. When you're literally scamming people or saying things you're not going to do.
Right.
You know, but you're actually delivering quality. So
Yeah, I mean, if you're getting clients results and people are happy with the service, I mean, then fine by me if the price of that is a few haters.
yeah. So it sounds like you've learned from a lot of people, a lot of mentors, a lot of books. What was the most impactful person or book or video that you can remember?
Yeah. I mean, I've worked with a lot of mentors, a lot of coaches, read a lot of books. Early on in my development, I would probably say Dan Henry was my most impactful mentor, author who I've read.
I used to see his ad every day.
Oh, yeah.
He's been on the show too. Shout out to Dan.
Yeah.
He's in Dubai now, right?
Yeah, he's in Dubai.
That's how you know you made a lot of money. Like, you move freaking Dubai.
Yeah, he'll be staying safe right now.
Oh, yeah. Shout out to him.
But yeah, he was the first person who kind of helped me believe that it's possible to sell anything high ticket. Because I remember back in the day when he was selling DMC, Digital Millionaire Coaching, that he had people in there like selling like handstand offers and just people doing the most random things. Like there was a client, Bruce, that he had who sold like a piano course for $5,000.
Wow.
And I think, and then another client named Vaughn, who I'm actually good friends with now, he has a gospel piano program that he's at 7 figures with.
Holy crap. Piano lessons?
In authentic gospel piano too.
That's so niche.
So niche, and he 7-figure company to this day. But it was after seeing case studies like that where I'm like, okay, if these guys can sell a piano program for $5,000, I can do this for trumpet. And then I launched Trumpet Mastery, and
wow.
yeah,
$3 million.
$3 million with that offer. Yeah,
That's insane. Who would have thought teaching trumpet?
Yeah,
it's crazy.
I mean, at the end of the day, I mean, in the music niche, most people are paying for like one-on-one lessons. That's what everyone's used to.
Yeah.
And if you're a serious student and you're paying like $100 an hour each week for 52 weeks, I mean, that's over $5,000.
Yeah, that adds up, right?
So in a way, we're kind of saving them money and giving them a little more value.
When you put it that way, that makes sense. Yeah, I used to take tennis lessons. Those were like 100, 150 an hour, I think. I wonder if that's possible to teach virtually, though.
Yeah. I mean, I've seen someone do like a golf course. Like I've seen this person's ads all the time. So, I mean, if the ads are consistent, I assume he's profitable. But yeah, he's selling a golf program.
Really?
Teaching golf online. Yeah.
No way. Yeah. That's crazy.
Yeah.
What are the best high ticket offers you've seen over your time?
Yeah. I think the high ticket offer I was most impressed with was Cole Gordon's sales team accelerator.
He did a lot with that one.
Yeah. Like it was just a perfect example of like what a high ticket program should be. Like the course itself is phenomenal. Like I still reference back to it at least once a month.
Wow.
Whenever I need clarity on something. Like the group calls, like there's so many options, all different categories, everything you possibly need help with. But it's like, what kind of blew me away the most is that it felt like an actual service and it didn't feel like I just bought another course.
Right.
Where it's like they have account managers and CSMs who talk to you every single day.
Wow.
They're checking in on you, like making sure you reach your numbers and everything. And they have the whole recruiting service as well, where they're placing you with setters, closers. And it feels like an actual service and like an actual partnership where, you know, they're supportive of you. They want you to be successful. Granted, like, you know, they have upsells and renewals that they're trying to upgrade you to, and that's the whole business model. But like, his program was the first time where I felt like I joined like an actual service, and I didn't just buy another course.
So he really made the right hires for community building, it sounds like.
Right. And like his company is like kind of what I want to model Enroll Premium Clients after.
Yeah.
Where it's like it's not just another course where it's selling you information. It's like it's a full service. Like eventually I want to have like a whole sales recruiting division to it where it's like we're placing closer setters any type of team member with their clients in our portfolio. And it's, yeah, I
Yeah.
mean, the by leaps and bounds, his offer was my favorite
Yeah,
investment
shout out
so
to
far.
Cole. I mean, I've heard some rumors
Yeah.
that offer did like $5 million a month or some crazy numbers. So that makes sense. You mentioned earlier setters are gonna get replaced by AI. What about closers, you think?
I'm not sure. I'm kind of back and forth about this one because I feel like real, genuine human connection is never going to be replaced by AI.
Hmm.
Because when it comes to like sales and closing deals, like people want to feel understood. People
Yeah.
want to feel like this guy gets me. He knows my problems. Oh, he's had clients who have similar problems to me. Awesome. And people just want to feel heard and understood. I mean, that's why I don't think therapists ever are going to be replaced by AI either.
They're trying, but yeah, I
Yeah.
agree. The emotional aspect is a tough one
Yeah.
to replace.
Because closing has a lot of parallels to therapy, where it's like people want to feel heard, people want to feel like they're listened to, someone gets them, they understand their problems. And I don't feel like an AI is ever going to be able to replicate that. Sure, AI, it would probably be a better listener and be able to like do the tactics of sales better than a human could. But especially in B2C sales, like there is that emotional piece that just needs to be there for a lot of people. Maybe B2B sales that are more numbery and more technical, and the founder already has a good mindset and understands that it's a transaction and not anything more than that. Maybe AI can close those deals, but for B2C sales, I don't see AI replacing closers.
I agree. I can see it for setters because it's just qualifying.
Yeah.
But for closers, I don't think so yet. Maybe down the road.
Yeah.
AI is evolving so quick. I mean, I just built my whole website with AI.
Oh my God.
It's crazy.
Yeah. Like I a lot of ad images, YouTube thumbnails that I'm using. And it's like I remember when GPT and with the image version of that no one uses anymore.
I know what you're talking about.
Yeah, but it's like I remember just how horrible everything looked
terrible, yeah.
when
It
it
looked like it
first
was-
launched, but
yeah.
it's really come a long way in the
Dude,
last.
the thumbnails on YouTube, yeah, I'm split testing. Some of the AI ones are outperforming people I'm paying $50 to $100 per thumbnail.
Yeah.
So it's crazy. I think graphic design is totally
Oh, yeah,
screwed.
graphic designers are fucked.
Web developers are screwed.
Yeah,
Graphic
yeah.
design. Imagine going to college for graphic design now. It's pointless.
Yeah, my younger brother went to college for
gosh.
I didn't feel so bad for him, but
Did he know, like, what year was that?
he graduated maybe a year and a half ago. So when he entered, ChatGPT was first kind of getting started.
He should have seen it coming, I think, at that point.
Well, I think it was new enough where like
He didn't know.
no one really knew what it was going to become.
Yeah.
Um,
Here's what annoys me, though. Like, I texted my web developer, like, have you seen lovable.dev yet? Do you know that one?
yeah,
Yeah. Have you seen it yet? He's like, yeah, it's terrible. But I'm like, bro, you should be embracing this if you're a web developer. Why would you be against AI? It's going to help you get more clients if you utilize this.
right.
You know what I mean? So
Yeah.
I think it's on you at that point if you're not embracing it.
Yeah, well, I mean, there's always going to be skepticism when there's innovation, something new. Like I know, like when the internet first came out in the '90s, like people were skeptical about that,
Yeah.
and then look how much it's impacted the world today, right?
True.
So, I mean, it just needs time before people are kind of normalized to AI. But in the beginning, there's always going to be skepticism.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I know you run a lot of paid ads. Is it doing most of your targeting for you these days, AI?
We still do the targeting the same way we did before AI was a thing. But like a lot of our copy and a lot of the creatives and media we use for the ads now are AI.
Got it.
Like the imagery, the video editing, and the creatives
Yeah.
is a lot of AI now.
I used to take a lot of time to do manually. Creating
Yeah.
the copy and the split testing.
Yeah, a lot of the copies too, and I'll take a copy and be like, write 4 headlines for this copy, and it's just so easy to pump that out.
Yeah, it does my YouTube titles.
Yeah.
And it provides good titles.
Yeah, it's like for YouTube too, with the whole SEO optimization too, where it's like you'll create perfect descriptions with all the keywords that you want.
Wow.
Yeah.
I need to use that. I need to tell my editing team I don't know if they use that, but that's smart. So
Yeah.
you rank higher on the search.
Exactly. Yeah.
Wow. Fun times we're in, man.
Oh my.
Fun times. I remember early in my entrepreneurial journey, you had to do everything was so tedious. Like you had to do everything. You know what I mean? Like you
Yeah.
would spend hours on the dumbest shit because there wasn't AI like just doing it for you. Now I feel like it's so optimized. Like it does a lot of my research for me for podcast guests. If I want to summarize a book or a podcast, it could do that in 2 minutes.
Yeah.
It's crazy, dude.
Saves you a lot of time. Yeah.
Yeah, like I'm really pumped about it. I know some people hate it, but I'm a huge fan.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I don't see how hating it is productive.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
What do you think about low ticket offers? Have you dabbled with those?
Yeah. I mean, I used to do low ticket when I was first getting started, but I think any experienced marketer would agree that starting with low ticket isn't a good idea.
Yeah.
Like you have to start with high ticket, something that was going to bring you a lot of upfront capital so that you have like a backbone to your whole business. But I used to sell like a $37 ebook when I was doing my trumpet program, and then I would sell like workshops with guest artists. Like we brought in like very famous trumpet players in the niche, like Wayne Bergeron, Alan Vizzuti, principals of major orchestras, like Canadian brass members. Like we brought in pretty much like the top tier A players. And I was selling like those workshops for like 97 a ticket.
Wow.
And I mean, I was pretty much lucky to break even when I was doing low
Jeez.
ticket because I was running ads to all that. If I broke even, that'd be a good month for me. And what I found is that with low ticket, people just don't take it seriously either.
Yep.
It's like with the ebook that was $37, is like a 100-page book. I spent a lot of time making it and everything. But like I would say like 40-50% of people never even click the link to download the book after they purchase
crazy.
it. Yeah.
That's so crazy.
But it's like I took the exact same content in the book, like just repackaged it into a high ticket program, and people are buying the same information for like 100 times the price.
That's nuts.
And then they're actually using it because they actually paid more for it. So
just reframing the mindset.
I mean, it's the whole saying of like people who pay attention to, where if you actually spend like multiple thousands of dollars on the same information, you're actually going to consume it because you have skin in the game, right?
It's the same thing with events. I host a lot of events, as we mentioned earlier, and when it's free, only 40 to 50% of people show up.
Yeah.
You know? But when it's paid, like 80 to 90% show up. So it's the same thing in any business you're in.
Yeah, you filter out the tire kickers.
Yeah, there's a lot of those. Why do people struggle to get clients from your experience?
Why do people struggle to get clients? So there's a few reasons for this. I mean, we already talked about the trust recession, where I feel like people who are just getting started today definitely have an unfair advantage versus people who launched their first business, 4 or 5 years ago.
So timing.
Yeah, so the timing is definitely a big part of it because, the word is out about the high ticket space and like there's a lot of scumbags burning people out there.
Yep.
So that definitely makes it harder for the new guy. But I think the biggest culprit though is people just giving up too early. Because I've had clients who like they'll spend $1,000 on ads and be like, this shit doesn't work, and then they give up. And it's like, you only spent $1,000.
That's nothing.
Yeah, you're selling a 5K program. You only spent $1,000. What'd you expect?
Some people spend $1,000 per lead.
Yeah,
depending on the business you're in.
Exactly, right? And it's like a lot of people just aren't groomed and don't have the mental toughness to really get a high ticket business off the ground. And so I think that's a big part of it. And like a big reason why I'm doing my new business model with the whole done for you service is because those people don't even get to look at their ad accounts. We're going to do all that for them. So it's like we're kind of taking all the emotion away because it's like we're running the ads, not you. We're building the sales process, not you. We're doing all the measurements, not you. So it's like, because one, it's not our money.
Yeah.
We're never going to get emotional about it. And we've done this before. Like I've spent like way too much of my own money trying to figure this out. Like when I first launched my business, like I'm pretty frugal. I don't really spend a lot. I mean, at least this was true like back when I was poor. But I have a little bit.
It's all relative, right?
Yeah, it's all relative, right? But I was 23 years old when I first got started, and I had like 20K in savings, which it's a lot for a 23-year-old, I guess. But I remember like I invested in mentorship programs, I was running ads, paying for ClickFunnels, paying for all the software, this and that. And my 20K in life savings all the way went all the way down to 3K.
Jeez.
And then it went down to 3K, and that's when things took off.
Right.
So it's like I could have gotten emotional when I lost like 75% of my net worth, or I could have kept going and made it happen. Because I remember $100 million offers was at the time.
Mm-hmm.
And I know Hormozy told his whole story about how he was down to his last $1,000 and he still didn't give up. He turned the ads on, just leveraged an old credit card he had and made it happen. And I remember just remembering that story because I've already read it at the time. And I'm like, all right, this is my Hormozy moment. Like, I'm down to my last 3K. Like, if this doesn't work, that's not good, but I'm not going to give up.
You're young.
Yeah.
You could afford to lose it all at that age.
Yeah, exactly. And I'm 29. I can still afford to lose it all.
Yeah.
But I went for it, made my first webinar, did my first high ticket pitch, closed a $3,000 client in full.
Wow.
And then raised the price to 5K, and it eventually went all the way up to 7K.
Mm-hmm.
But I went from like the plane doing a nosedive to the ground, 3K left. The pilot woke up last minute.
That's how it is, man.
Yeah.
Same thing with the pod. I was down 100K first 6 months of this podcast. Easily could have quit.
Yeah.
You know, that's a lot to be down, and saw the big picture with it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. But unfortunately, like most people just don't have that mental toughness to deal with massive swings like that.
They don't. I
So
attribute it to I'm a big risk taker.
yeah.
And I was single, or not single then, but I wasn't married. So it wasn't just my life on the line, if that makes sense. And I was young, you know, I had the fortune of, if I failed, I could have lived with my parents.
Yeah.
So I had that as like my final trump card, I guess. But I think when you're that young, you should take some risks, you know?
Yeah. I mean, I feel like people should take risks no matter what age they are. Because, I mean, something I learned kind of recently, like, don't want to go into, like, personal stuff, but, like, you can lose everything, but you're the asset that can give everything back.
Mm-hmm.
Like,
you got the knowledge still.
yeah, exactly. Because it's like, whether I don't know, if you get divorced or you have a major health problem and the medical bills drain you out, or you get sued or anything like that, like, the money is not the asset. Like, this is the asset right here.
I've lost it all twice, and I'm grateful for it.
Yeah.
Because it's made me way stronger.
Yeah. So, like, once you really understand that money is just material and money is something that you can always get back, it's like a superpower where it's like you're not afraid to lose everything. Like, you can do anything with just full intention, and just have the power to get everything back. Because, like, a lot of our heroes, a lot of people we look up to have lost everything.
Oh yeah, multiple times.
Like Dave Ramsey has gone bankrupt.
Dan Martell,
Abraham Lincoln.
Oh really?
Declared
I didn't know
bankruptcy.
that one.
Yeah, Abraham
Lincoln.
Lincoln.
He was an entrepreneur before becoming president.
Or even like celebrities like Robert Downey Jr., like drug addict, you know, has been to jail multiple times, and he's Robert Downey Jr.
Yep.
You know,
so many examples.
So many examples. Yeah. So
I think Trump too.
Yeah, Trump has declared bankruptcy
several times.
Not Chapter 7, but like the business version of that. I think it's Chapter 11.
Yeah.
But yeah. I mean, Hormozy was down to his last $1,000, and I know he said in several podcasts I listened to is that he would have declared bankruptcy if it didn't work out.
Yeah, I've been close at times, you know.
Yeah.
It's just part of the entrepreneurial journey, dude.
Yeah.
Don't let it get to you when you're down that bad. I know there's probably some people watching this that are down right now because I think we're in a recession and they won't admit it, but
yeah, it's
definitely, you could tell when you're a business owner, like based off your sales, kind of where the economy's heading, I feel like.
Yeah, for sure.
And I feel like we are in a recession. So a lot of people are down right now.
Yeah, we're definitely in a recession with what's going on with global politics right now. I don't know. You know, it is definitely going to economically impact us because gas prices are definitely going up.
Yeah, I just paid like $5 a gallon or whatever.
It's like I thought we were done with this shit. But
and being in Vegas, we kind of can see we're always like a market indicator for recessions.
Yeah.
The strip clubs here, the clubs here, the casinos are usually a key sign.
Yeah, if less people are coming here, it usually means the economy's getting worse.
Yeah, well, people are just getting ripped off here also.
Yeah,
that's a whole other podcast. But
yeah,
Vegas ain't the same, man. How long you been here?
I've been here since June of 24.
Oh, so you're
I'm
brand new.
coming up on 2 years. Yeah.
Okay. Okay. You come from Cali?
I came from LA. Yeah.
Yeah, same.
I lived all over though. I was born and raised in New Jersey.
Oh, same. What the hell?
Yeah,
And we're both 29. That's
yeah,
crazy.
Monmouth County.
Somerset County.
Yeah, I graduated high school in 2014. But yeah, I went to college in New York. Then my first job was with the military bands, and I was stationed down in Savannah, Georgia. And then that was during COVID. And then I created my first business while I was in lockdown. And I also discovered very quickly that I don't want to work for anyone else.
Yeah, same.
And the government was kind of an extreme example of how much it could suck to work for someone else. So
Yeah, because you're locked in for 4 years, right?
yeah, and they treat you like shit, and
Yeah, you guys got no respect.
yeah,
The military bands.
and, like I was making like 30 grand a year, living in literally like an apartment that had cockroaches in it.
Oh my God.
It was
How do you live off 30 grand a year?
I don't
That
know.
all goes to your rent.
Well, they give us free housing, but the government housing, it's like it might as well be jail.
Yeah,
'cause
there's cockroaches,
the
probably
conditions
mold.
are so bad. But that's what inspired me to be like, okay, I got to make a living on my own. Like I can't be dependent on an employer. Like I got to create my own success. And that's when I launched my first business. So then that got successful. I moved to LA because at the time I had a business colleague who lived in one of the neighborhoods in LA. And then business really took off. And I was like, why am I in California? This doesn't make sense.
The taxes.
With the taxes and all the bullshit regulations.
Yeah.
And so I moved next door to Vegas mostly for tax reasons.
Same. That's literally what I did.
So
Especially during the pandemic, it made no sense to be
Yeah.
in LA.
yeah, I even thought of moving to Dubai, but with what's going on right now,
Oh, yeah,
it's
I'm
probably gonna have to wait. But
Definitely not going now, but
yeah,
I feel like Dubai, you need to be making several millions, or
Yeah.
Puerto Rico for it to make sense. But then you're sacrificing quality of life a little bit too.
yeah. I mean, it depends on your values and all that.
Yeah,
But I mean, Dubai is probably the polar opposite culture of Las Vegas.
right.
This is the sin city, and Dubai is the very conservative, pious kind of place. But I mean, it just depends on what your values are and what
Yeah.
you're looking for.
I agree.
Yeah.
I think for me, I'm married. I don't know if I want to bring my wife over there. It's a big change for women. But
Yeah,
yeah, I want to go there. I haven't been there. Have you been to Dubai yet?
I haven't, but
I've heard great things.
yeah, like I have a lot of colleagues who live there. Like Dan Henry lives there. I studied under William Brown recently, and he lives there. And they all have nothing but great things to say about it. So
Yeah, same. Eddie Malouf's over there. Yeah, Dan, Douglas James, I think. Joel Yee, a lot of guys in our
Yeah.
space.
And the cool thing about Dubai is that, I mean, you can set up residency there, but it doesn't mean you have to live there.
Yeah.
Like you can live in Europe, you can get a visa and live in the States. Like you can travel, because what bothers me about the U.S. is that no matter where you're located, you still get taxed like you're
Dude.
living in the U.S.
Like a MF or
Exactly. Yeah.
Yeah, they'll still get their 35, 40% no matter where you're at.
Yeah.
Because I've thought about moving to like Thailand and being a boss over there. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Like you could live off like $5 a day over there.
Exactly.
But you'd still have to pay 35%.
Yeah.
Unless you, which this is crazy, you could revoke your passport, which I know someone that did that. But I don't know if that's worth it.
Like expatriating.
Yeah, you like revoke it, so then you're not liable for taxes, but then you
Yeah.
don't have a U.S. passport, so.
Yeah. I wouldn't mind doing that myself, honestly.
You
Yeah.
would do that?
I've thought about it for a
Wow.
lot of years now. Yeah.
Dude, the U.S. is the best, though, for like business, I feel like.
Uh,
You don't think so? I guess because
is
you're
it
in the.
really, or do you feel like that's the truth, or do you feel like that's more propaganda?
So I feel like it's industry dependent. So for what you're doing, because you can live a digital nomad lifestyle, because your business is digital.
Yeah.
I think for you it could be possible, but for me as a podcaster, I think it would
yeah.
limit my guest opportunities not being here.
Yeah, I guess it depends. Yeah, if you're doing like an in-person thing, I mean, like living in Vegas or Miami or New York,
LA, yeah.
LA.
I need to be in a major city or near
Yeah,
one.
you got to be somewhere like this.
But for you, I could see the argument.
Yeah,
You can run your business from anywhere in the world.
yeah. Like I can just take my laptop anywhere and run my business.
Yeah.
Like I've literally like taken my laptop to Red Rock, played some poker, had that Slack open at the same time.
Yeah.
And, but it's like
That's why I stack my days. So I'll film once or twice a week because I still want to have that freedom
Right.
the other days of the week. I don't want to be location bound like most people live.
Yeah.
Location freedom is very important to me. I want to be able to travel when I want also.
Yeah. Do you just do the podcast in Vegas or?
No, I do other cities. So like if there's a
Okay.
big event in LA, I'll JSX over here. We got JSX in Vegas. We're kind of spoiled.
Yeah.
So I'll take that if I need to go to Texas or Cali. Sometimes I'll go to Miami, New York if it's a big guest, which I don't mind because I like traveling. I think traveling is very important for mindset.
Yeah, for sure.
You know, it sounds like you've lived in a lot of different places and got perspective on life.
Yeah, I mean, it's a great way to like. I've heard this saying is like the more you travel, like the more places you live in and experience, like the younger you feel.
I could see that.
Yeah, because it's like there's always something new happening. And I mean, over the last 10 years, I don't think I've lived somewhere more than 4 years.
Wow.
Or
So
more
you've been
than
on
3.
the go for.
Yeah. So
Is that by choice or just like you?
sometimes the career takes me to where I go. Like when I mean, obviously, went to school. You have to relocate for that usually.
Right.
Then got into the military. I had to relocate to that. And then moved to LA by choice because I had a colleague who lived there. And then moved to Vegas for tax reasons. But honestly, like I'm super grateful to have lived in a lot of different places because you kind of see the world differently a little bit.
I agree.
Even if it's just different cities in the same country, like the States, you still like get to learn about different cultures and learn about different ways people live.
Yeah.
So it's really cool.
Very important.
Yeah.
Even if you're not living, I always advise people to at least travel. You know what I mean? If you can't afford moving completely, like drive to the next state or the next city, at least experience something. Because there's people that still live where they grew up. It blows my mind.
Yeah.
Where are you looking at next? Because that's what I'm talking with my wife with, where we're going next.
Yeah, I mean Dubai.
Oh, you're really sold on Dubai? Okay.
Yeah, Dubai was kind of like the plan since a few years ago, but
Now with the war.
yeah, the timing is very unfortunate. So I'm kind of like back to the drawing board on that.
What about domestically? Any other cities that interest you?
I would love to live in like the Pacific Northwest.
Northwest. Wow, that's a
Like
rare
the
take.
Seattle, because I have one of my cousins lives in Washington State now.
You got to handle the rain out there.
Yeah, the rain is pretty bad, but like the nature out there though I hear is phenomenal.
So you're big on nature.
Yeah, I'm very big on nature. Like I love going to national parks, love going outdoors. Great weather is really important to me too. I mean, the rain I don't mind as long as like the temperature is kind of
I'm with you on that. I don't
Yeah.
mind rain. I actually miss the rain out here.
yeah, because I lived in upstate New York for 5 years when I was in school, and that is a deal breaker. It's
Okay,
just
so
the cold.
walk me through that because that's on my wife's list, upstate New York. But I don't know because with the state tax, New York's second highest state tax.
Yeah.
Upstate's also really expensive.
It is, yeah.
You didn't have a good experience those 5 years?
No, I did have a good experience. I love living there. Like it's upstate New York, honestly, is very underrated. Like it's super beautiful up there. A lot of great outdoor stuff. It's just the winters there are absolutely brutal.
Right. So here's my
Yeah.
plan, right? So like
Yeah.
Ty Lopez taught me this seasonal, I forget how he words it, but he has 3 locations
Yeah.
and he moves depending on the seasons.
Yeah.
So like he'll have a spot on the East Coast, but in the winter he'll leave to the West Coast.
Yeah. New York is beautiful for the summertime.
Yeah.
I would say.
That's my long-term plan to have
Yeah.
2 or 3 houses or places to live at and adjust when I need to move during the seasons.
Yeah. But yeah, New York is beautiful. I lived in Georgia for 4 years and the
Atlanta?
Savannah
Okay.
by the coast. But like the humidity in the southeast is it's like you step outside for 5 seconds. It's like I need a shower and a change of clothes. Like this is gross.
You got to leave during the summer then.
Yeah. So yeah, and then of course like the fall and spring down there were just phenomenal.
Yeah.
So yeah, I do agree. Like I have the same kind of plan of having like a few different homes where it's like this is my summer home, this is my winter home, just depending on the season.
Yeah. So I think Ty has a city spot. I think he said New York and LA. And then when he needs to go off grid, he'll have like a ranch somewhere. That's
Yeah.
kind of my plan.
He's up in Sweden now, right?
Yeah. He's
Yeah.
got somewhere. Yeah. And he's dealing with a lot of shit with or whatever.
Oh, because there's a
FTC.
whole Radio Shack thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I feel like that was a lot of that brought a lot of distrust to the high ticket space. What happened to
Yeah.
him? You know, because he was like the guru that a lot of people looked up to.
Yeah. I mean, Ty, I kind of put him in the same bucket as like Andy Elliott and Grant Cardone.
Yeah.
Whereas like, yes, he is like one of the top guys. Like he's a lot of people learn from him. But Yeah, I mean, I like to think that once we get to the end of the court case or whatever, then we should cast our judgments.
Yeah, we'll see how it plays
But
out.
it's like, innocent till proven guilty. Like, let's hear everyone's side of the story before we judge anyone.
That's a rare take these days.
Yeah. Yeah. Because, I mean, the litigation culture in this country is honestly disgusting.
Dude, it almost wrecked me. My first
Yeah.
lawsuit
Yeah.
was fucking awful.
Yeah.
I like had the worst anxiety over it because you don't get taught this stuff when you're growing
Yeah.
up. So when you get served, it's like a life-changing moment.
Oh yeah. I'm still living through it. I'm not going to talk specifics because it's still ongoing right now. But yeah,
It's inevitable. When you get to a certain financial level, you are a target.
Yeah,
That's what I've realized.
everyone wants to stick their filthy hand in your money bag, essentially. But yeah, getting served for the first time, I was just out of commission for 6 months.
Bro,
Like
I was speechless.
I got addicted to a few things. I just felt like everything was over. Life was going to end.
Yep.
Like, it's the worst possible feeling you can have.
Yeah, I will say over time you get used to it, unfortunately.
Yeah.
Now you have to allocate like 10 to 20% of your funds to legal. It's just like you got to play defense, you know what I mean?
Yeah. But I mean that's kind of part of the reason I was thinking about living offshore is because
That's smart because international lawsuit, no one's
yeah,
gonna do it.
it's 1,000 times harder to sue a Dubai company, for example, than to
No
sue
one's
a
gonna do it. It would cost
domestic
too much.
company. Yeah,
Yeah, it would cost way too much.
yeah, and then I got into whole like offshore bank accounts. Like I have a Cook Islands trust now and all that.
Internet
So
banking.
yeah,
Yeah.
so like these are kind of lessons that I kind of have to learn the hard way when shit hits the fan. But
I dealt with a nasty one last year that like
Yeah.
pretty much put me back to ground zero, which is crazy. Like I was multimillionaire chilling and had to deal with that shit.
yeah,
And they even had I think it got to like a judgment or a whatever it's called, where I pretty much had to pay a certain amount.
yeah,
I think a judgment.
judgment. Yeah,
Yeah. Lawsuits are nasty, bro.
yeah. But I mean, like, you look at Trump and Zuckerberg and Elon, how much they're getting sued. Like, it
Every
seems
day.
like they're getting served it multiple times a day.
Oh,
you
every
know?
day, multiple times. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like so normal to them.
Yeah,
What I've realized is the more you make, the more legal stuff you're gonna have to deal with.
yeah,
Even Hormozy, he talks about this shit. It sucks, dude. He deals with a lot too.
yeah. So it's like, this is kind of the ugly side of entrepreneurship. And
Yeah.
it's like, but it's part of the game, and like this is part of the risk we're taking. So you just got to get used to it, like you said.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah. You gotta trust up, put your money in smart
Yeah.
places. And on paper, I'm broke now, so please sue me.
Yeah,
Because if you looked at my bank account right now, and yeah, you're not finding much. I'm pretty broke.
yeah,
But that's how these guys live. These billionaires and centimillionaires, they are broke on paper.
yeah,
All their assets are in either LLCs, trusts. You know what I mean?
yeah. Offshore, or they have a spouse that owns it, or
Yeah, there's
Yeah,
all
something
sorts of
like
creative
that.
ways. I love those stories where like some girl marries a pro athlete and then they find out his mom was getting all the money and then they get nothing during the divorce. Those are the best,
yeah.
you know? But dude, this was cool. Where can people potentially work with you, find you, and all that stuff?
Yeah, my Instagram is called at Enroll Premium Clients. Same thing with Facebook and YouTube. Just search Enroll Premium Clients, and that's the name of my brand now. We just rebranded too because I'm trying to build a business model that I can sell one day.
Mm.
I just don't want my name on the brand anymore. So yeah, Enroll Premium Clients as well.
Cool.
You'll find all of our stuff.
Yeah, we'll link it below, man. Thanks for coming on.
Appreciate it, man.
Yeah, check them out, guys, if you're interested in creating an offer. See you next time. Peace.
Thanks for watching all the way to the end, guys. Please hit like and subscribe. It helps us grow the show and helps us get bigger guests. Thank you so much.